everyone. Welcome to Trinity Music Academy and Allied Services Limited, Nigeria, where we repair musical instruments, we sell musical instruments, and we train people how to play musical instruments as well. This keyboard was brought to us by one of our customers here in Lagos. The model of the keyboard is Yamaha Montage 8. So it's a synthesizer. The complaint about the keyboard was issue of sound, that the keyboard displays, the keyboard functions, but it does not bring out sound. So we'll just plug it with our own power cable. So we want to switch it on now to confirm what exactly they were saying about the issue of sound issue. So this is a music synthesizer. It doesn't have its own speaker. You have to connect it to an external audio device for it to bring out sound, which we have connected it to this small public address system. So the keyboard has completed booting, as you can see. So just exactly what the person said, that the keyboard is functioning, but it does not bring out sound. You can see that the keyboard is functioning. Everything here is working, but there's no sound on the keyboard. So this kind of fault can either be from two parts, which is what the audio panel and the main board. So we will just lose the keyboard now and show you some component that can be responsible for something like this, and show you the part as well. So we switch out the keyboard now and lose it. So this is the internal part of the keyboard. This is the DMM, this is the main board, and this is the audio panel we're talking about. So the issue that can be from the main board are what? These two tone generators. This is the master tone generator, and this is the slave tone generator. So this is the DSP RAM, this is the effects RAM. This is the waveform. These two, they are the waveforms, and we have two under these panels too. So all these ones are related to sound issue. So any of them can cause the keyboard not to sound. And when we come to the audio panel, so these are the digital DAC. This first one, this is second digital DAC. So this one is the ADC. This is analog to digital converter. These two are the digital to analog converters. So this is the voltage regulator and some other. All these ones, they are OP amps. So any fault, or if any of this one has faults, it can make the keyboard not to sound as well. So the essence, or the next thing we need to do now, is to diagnose, to be confirmed that which one is the issue here, which one is causing the issue, which one is not making the keyboard to sound. And after we discover the faulty component, we will desolder it, and we are going to replace it with a brand new one, so that the keyboard can come up. So after we finish the work, we're still going to do the video to explain what was done on the keyboard. You're welcome back. This is the same Montage that had issue of sound. So it was displaying, it was functioning, but the sound was not coming out. So after the diagnosis, we discovered that the audio panel was bad. Actually, this is the audio panel that came with the keyboard, digital audio panel, but the keyboard was sent to us by an engineer, so he added another audio panel that if anyone can work out of it, so we should just work it out. So he has tried to work on this. So this one is already tampered. So we diagnosed this one. So we discovered the faulty component and we fixed this audio panel. The audio panel has already been fixed and it's working 100%. So after we repaired the audio panel, we discovered that the sound was not coming out from the keyboard. Then we already know that the issue is from the digital motherboard. So we told him that should we go ahead and fix that one too, because they have actually bought another another main board. So because they thought that one will not work, so they've already got another main board. You can see this one is already sealed, so the seal has not been cut away, so it is brand new, working fine. So thinking that after they have actually fixed the audio panel, so they will just install this one, but we told them that we can fix that one too. And that is one of the advice we usually give people. When your keyboard has issue, don't just conclude that you want to buy board, So the major work of technician is to repair the faulty board, so that you'll be able to use it again. So after we agreed on fixing it, we have already fixed this one too, and it's already working. So we just want to show you some of those things that are related or associated to sound on the keyboard. Like we used to say, that the first thing you need to understand when you want to repair motherboard is you should be able to identify all the components on the motherboard. And the second thing is that you should be able to sectionalize, because all this one now, you can't just touch this one is for sound, this one is for this one is for this. You should be able to know that these are the components related to sound, these are the components associated to power, these are the components associated to display, these are the components associated functioning. So each of these components, it has its own area where it works for. So all the components here, all of them works for majorly for power and for functioning, for display, because this is the main CPU of that keyboard, and this is the SDRAM that works with the CPU, so which is the working SDRAM. So this is the this DC converter. So this one is the power, this is the power management, this is the DC to DC converter. So now this one is the master tone generator, while this one is the slave tone generator. Both RAM, they are both effect RAM, or sometimes we call them DSP RAM, and this is the waveform. So this one is also the waveform. This is also supporting this particular master tone generator. So that shows that every component around here works for sound. So whenever you have issue of sound, these are things you need to diagnose, to test. So out of all these components, the next thing is for you to now identify the exact one that is faulty, so that it is the one that you are going to replace on that board. Sometimes it can be any of these, sometimes it can be 5, sometimes it can be 4, sometimes it can be 3. But after our diagnosis, we discover that it is just majorly software issue and just few of the hardware issue, and that is what we did on it. And sometimes we call something interference in engineering. That shows that the component will not have issue, but it will not give you an accurate reading. So maybe there is another component that is directly connected to that component that is giving you the wrong reading. So you need to destroy that one first, so that you'll be able to detect other one. And some of them are all these buffers. This one now, these 3 components, we call them buffer. It's just to receive a particular signal from this CPU, then they will just boost, just to increase the strength of that signal and transfer it to other components around here. Then we have what we call transceiver as well. This one is a transceiver. It's just to collect, it's just to receive signal and send it to another place, or let me just send it to the destination. That is the function of this one. So the board has been fixed, the audio panel too has been fixed. So just want to power it and test it for you. So bringing your keyboard to Trinity Music Academy is going to reduce your cost. So instead of getting a brand new board, because the cost of this board is more than 1 million naira, so compared to the little amount of money that was used to repair it, the same thing with the audio panel. So audio panel was close to like 1 million naira for the audio panel, for the complete audio panel, but repair is very little. So repair is always economical compared to just replacing the motherboard. And here we replace the motherboard and we replace all components with brand new one, not the one we removed from another keyboard. So the keyboard has completed booting, and we have connected it to the small PS here. So we can see that the keyboard is British. So this is the condemned board that you have already condemned that it cannot work again. But we can see that the keyboard is working fine. So that is a very clear and loud sound. So there's no issue for this keyboard again. We are just waiting for them to come and pick it up. So if you have any issue with your keyboard, irrespective of the model, whether Montage, whether it is Motif, PSRS, PSRE,